This guy, I've been hyping him up all day. I'm gonna hype him up again. Super fucking cool dude. The guy's doing $100 million. His company did $100 million in revenue, and he's younger than me. What the fuck?
Quick intro on me. Sound good? Is this fine?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, a lot of money. I mean, like, you have enough money, like, no matter what happens to you, you can take it, you can eat it. You're like trying to buy something, and it's like $30 more, and you just spent 5 minutes thinking about how it was $30 more. Or you could pay an extra $200 to get the nicer thing, but you'd rather live in shit, right? Like, that's a point in your life where you're thinking about every little dollar. You got to get yourself to the place where none of that in your life can affect you. You got to have so much money that you could get hit with $100 million lawsuit and you're completely fine. That's just like another fly on the wall, and you can go after it. And the reason I say fuck you money is because there's a point that you get to in your life where money is just a digit, it's just a number. It really does not mean anything.
This is how I discovered. This is my first experience with fuck you money. I was here in Miami during Art Basel. You guys know what that is, Art Basel. Pretty much a bunch of bougie rich people come to Miami to like be bougie and look at art. It's my first time here. I made a couple $1 million, so I was like, ooh, Art Basel, I'm gonna get a yacht. I'm gonna do all these crazy things. This is my first experience with fuck you money. A friend of mine says, hey, I'm going out. And I was like, cool, I'll come with you. And she was like, oh, we're going to, funny enough, the one hotel. There's like a club back here, I guess. And I meet like her friends, like it's a bunch of like girls and one guy, just one guy. And I'm like, oh, this guy's weird. Like, is it her brother or something? This guy's short. He was not a good looking guy. And I'm not ashamed to say when a guy's good looking, right? And there were just like 9 super hot girls with him, following him around like this. Who is this guy? What does he do? We're walking into the club. This guy cuts the line. He goes to the security guard and like, you know how they have a red line when you're entering somewhere? He goes like this, steps over it. And the security guard stops him, like pushes him away. He's like, oh, whoa, what are you doing? This guy takes the security guard's hand and pushes him and gives him a dirty look. And the security guard, instead of like getting angry, was like, he freaked out. He felt like he was gonna lose his job. And I was like, oh shit, like this guy must be a baller or something. Like something must be going on. He must have a gun on him or something. So I asked this guy, right? I finally get to it. We've had a couple drinks in us. I asked him, what do you do? So there's another thing. Tyga was at this party. Tyga went up to him and like said hi. And I was like, what the fuck? How do you know Tyga? So we finally get to the part. I'm like, what do you do? And he goes, I just sold my company for $300 million. And that's when I realized that's fuck you money. $300 million is fuck you money when you can walk up to a security bouncer, look at them dirty and have them scared. When you walk into a party and cut a 2-hour line and Tyga walks up to you and says, what's up?
I think people are fucked up. I think there's a massive world of people that are consumed by the wrong things. They have limiting beliefs. They have lack of confidence. They have the wrong information and education. And they believe that they need something externally to fulfill them when everything that they need to fulfill them is actually internal. They don't need a single substance. They don't need a drug. They don't need another person. These guys don't need anything. All they need is to believe in themselves and build themselves up and build up that confidence. And I really believe that you provide that confidence to people by helping them find their purpose. And I think purpose is created through work. So when I can provide more work to people, when I can teach people how to do something, when I can help someone reach their full potential, I know I'm going to help them achieve their purpose. I know I'm going to be able to get them off of drugs, or I'm going to be able to get them off of doing stupid shit. I'm going to be able to get them off of thinking negatively or having limiting beliefs. And that's a big goal of mine. I do that every single day. Whether you work with me, whether you're a friend of mine, whether you're a random person I've never met before, I'm always trying to make a change.
I had fucking hurdles. My mom was a hurdle. She's not a hurdle anymore. I love my mom now. I had hurdles. I had a lot of hurdles. I had the environment. I had people. But I think my biggest one was judgment. How many of you guys here like are kind of scared to tell people your ideas because you're scared they're gonna like judge you? Raise your hand. Right? That's a big fucking problem. It's like when you feel like you can't tell people things, it like affects you because they're like, shit, like then you're by yourself. You don't feel like there's people around you. As human beings, we need people that can understand us. Everywhere I went, anyone that said, what do you want to do, right? That's like a common question that gets asked. I want to become a fucking millionaire. I want to retire when I'm 25. How do you think people acted if I'm 18 years old and I'm telling someone this? Get the fuck out of here. Like, what are you thinking? You think that's gonna happen? Be realistic. I fucking hate be realistic. It made me scared. And that's the worst thing that can happen. When someone can scare you, right? When someone that doesn't have as much confidence as you can take your confidence, you're in trouble. It should be the opposite way. It should be your confidence should rub off on everyone else. Don't let the judgment get to you. Don't be realistic. Because whatever's in your head is fucking realistic. 100 million at 25 is realistic. Don't be realistic. Got it? Cool.
As I get older, man, I cut people off every month. Every month I'm moving away from someone. I'm spending less time from someone because, again, another super controversial topic. You always hear the day one statement, you know, like I'm gonna hang with my day ones, my day ones, my day ones. If I don't meet new people, if I don't make new friends, I'm never gonna grow. And my circle can't be crowded by 1 million people, right? Like I can only control who I'm around on a daily basis. I have 24 hours a day. I have 365 days a year. Like I can only control those days. So what I'm honestly always trying to do is I'm always trying to cut people off because I'm always trying to find people that are better than the people that I'm surrounded with so I can grow and level up.
I heard something real easy on like Twitter. Actually, I was on Twitter and I saw a quote and I was like, this summarizes it all. It's like they can grow with you or they can grow without you, right? It just depends on them. You have to stop blaming yourself and like feeling hard on yourself for leaving people if they're not growing with you, because they had the same opportunity if they're with you. Here's a great example. Me and my homies, Mike and Van back there, right? If I become a billionaire, I'm sorry, I'm not taking you guys with me. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. You know why? Because we're all close enough to the same level, right? If I become a billionaire and they have 900 million, then it's fine. It was close enough. But if I become a billionaire and they're at the same place, I'm not gonna wanna hang out with them. We're not playing at the same level anymore. And it's not my fault. It's their fault, because I did it and I became a billionaire. They didn't. And you don't become a billionaire by getting lucky. I don't know any lucky billionaires, unless you were born into like some oil family money thing. But like, so it's not your fault. Don't blame yourself. Grow with them or grow without them. It's their fault, if anything. It's not yours. Quick and easy. It is the fairest thing on the planet. It is the most non-evil thing on the planet. Back in the day, right? Let's say you had stuff I wanted. How would I get it? Steal it. What if you didn't let me? I would steal it by force. Hey, Zain, I like your company. Let's fight to the death, and winner gets to keep your company. Can you imagine the world we would live in? So money is the fairest thing in the world. It created something where we can all just trade value for money, right? The richer you are, the more value you have created, the more people you have helped. If it didn't exist, what would we have? We would all just be killing each other. I like that, I'm gonna take it. It'd be just, that's how it would be. Look how lions are, right? King of the jungle, the lion. If he wants something, he just takes it.
Knowledge equals power, power equals control, control equals money. And I'll break that down for you. Knowledge is what you know, right? Like what you know. It's probably fundamentally the most important thing on planet Earth is what do you know? Once you get knowledge, what happens? You now have power. You have power to be able to use and apply that knowledge into things. So because I have knowledge about business or communication or entrepreneurship or solar or this or that, I now have power to apply that knowledge. And because I have power, what do I have after that? I have control. I have control because I have knowledge and I have power, so now I can control my outcome. And when I can control my outcome, what is the result of controlling my outcome? It's income. It's money. I believe that if you really want to make an impact on planet Earth, that last piece is what you need the most, and the only way that you're going to attain it is by following that formula.
Kobe has 3 workouts a day, right? Most athletes have 2. But he has the extra one. You know why? After the first day, cool, he got 1 extra workout in, right? Second day, he got 2 extra workouts in. But after a year, 365 days, that's 365 extra workouts. Think about the distance. Think about the separation between those 2 people. That's why in his last game in the NBA, he dropped 61 points. How is an old man about to retire on his last day dropping 61 points on a bunch of young kids? Because he put in all that time, that exponential growth. So reps. If you wanna go fast, you gotta put in reps. You gotta put in leveraged reps. So leveraged is work smart. Work smart, but also you gotta put in the time, put in the work.
Yeah, exactly what he said. Knowledge and frequency. Like, have enough knowledge so that you're not just running at a wall aimlessly. Like, have an aim, have a target, have a strategy, what you're going after. So you always, especially when you're starting, it's probably the best time to put in the work into retaining and gaining knowledge, because as you get busier, your time gets smaller. So it's kind of harder to get that knowledge, especially when you're hustling and you're trying to make it. Sometimes you don't have time. So when you're just starting, you have a lot less responsibilities, right? You don't have employees, you don't have payroll, you don't have this, you don't have that. So you actually have a lot less responsibility at that point. So at that point, gain as much knowledge as you can. And once you've kind of gained the knowledge, and as you're gaining the knowledge, it's frequency, it's repetitions, it's how many times are you going to go at it, how many times are you going to shoot, how many times are you going to miss, and the more times you miss means that the more times that you're going to get it in, and you just got to keep going and going and going and going, and it's a nonstop cycle. But the thing that I think tears most people down is because they don't have the knowledge, they quit.
Break rules, never make them. She act up, I replace her. Make a million, then say some.